with the Office of the State Attorney General, Jerry Brown's office for the state of California. Secondly, you can file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. Simply log on to their site. In this case, you can see the tab on the far right titled Actions. Just simply follow the directions and fill out the forms properly, and you can be successful. Remember, when filing a complaint, there's a goal. The goal is to get your credit report repaired. I've had clients be successful by simply preparing the complaint using both the Federal Trade Commission and the Attorney General's forms, and then faxing it over to the parties that you are trying to persuade. It's been amazing how fast the creditor has relented and removed the item from their credit reports. Let's talk about identity theft. First of all, 1/3 of all identity theft cases involve close family members, thereby preempting prosecution. When grandson steals grandmother's credit cards or granddad's credit report, they are reluctant to prosecute little Johnny because he just needs to get his life straightened out. To restore a credit report, a borrower must file a police report, obtain arrest warrants or any newspaper clippings, insurance reimbursements, and hold on to them. You're going to need them. Remember, the burden of proof is on the victim. What is identity confusion? Father and son, junior and senior, or co-signers file a loan application. Or a borrower applies for credit with different versions of their name, such as married versus single, or using a middle name on one application and not the other. Common surnames also contribute to identity confusion. Smith-Garcia, Nugent, Smith-Jones. Immigrants have less verifiable residence history, further aggravating this condition. Phantom debt. This phenomenon often requires a borrower to pay off a debt that isn't theirs in order to close escrow. I've had this happen in the case of a Garcia and a Wynn. Should you have an item on your credit report that has now been removed, you can take the 45 or 60 days to rescore it at the Bureau, or you can do what they call rapid rescoring. Now, should you require an immediate rescoring of your credit report, your escrow is, for example, closing this week, a service is available known as credit rescoring. A credit rescorer is a licensed middleman, and they're licensed by all three bureaus, between the mortgage broker and the bureaus to update borrower reports with new data. Note, borrowers have no access to rescorers. A rescorer verifies the information given to them by the broker, which is obtained from the consumer, for accuracy and forwards all the information to the three bureaus. The bureau then updates the credit report electronically. The rescorer will in turn notify the mortgage broker that the changes have been made. That is called rescoring. It has been rescored. Who then orders a new credit report that reflects the higher scores, allowing you to get an interest rate lower than if you had bad credit. Providing documentation. The documentation you must provide must be very specific to the disputed item on your credit report. It must be printed on the creditor's letterhead, must contain the account number and the applicant's name, and specifically how the item is to be modified or deleted. The letter must also contain the author's name and phone number, so the rescorer can verify the letter's authenticity. And if you're considering forging one of these letters, ask yourself this question: would you like to go to federal prison and have Mike Tyson as your cellmate? I think not. The cost to rescore each item is approximately $200. With the new administration, and typically Democrats are more sensitive to credit issues, and using the FTC to enforce the laws that we already have on the books, there will be some changes coming for 2009. First of all, co-signers. If a parent co-signs for their child, and the child is late on their payment, rarely does the child call and go, "Hi, Dad, I'm going to be late on the payment." Now, the father usually finds out when the collection agency calls. So in order to correct that unfairness, the late items from the report of the co-signer will be removed when the entire item has been paid in full. That's for the co-signer only. Also, medical bills that you can dispute on your credit report may not be counted for up to 180 days while the billing process is being settled. In closing, if you would like to be on my mailing list or discuss the employment opportunities at High Tech Lending, please call me at 949-250-3981 or you can email me at dandobbs6@gmail.com. I would like to know what your thoughts are about the webinar and any suggestions to make it better. Thank you and good luck.